right, this is attempt number 3 at this video. It's interesting the funny things that happen to have to do 3 takes. Doesn't usually happen, but 3 takes it is. The first one, I thought I was finished, and then I started a conversation with Judy, and so that was recorded, and it wasn't anything terrible, but it wasn't very clean and professional. So to take 2, apparently I didn't have the microphone on, so it was me talking with no sound. So number 3, about my newest book, Aligning with God. This book is interesting in that I didn't really want to write it, partly because I don't particularly enjoy reading. I don't very often read devotionals, and that's what this ended up being, is a 35-day devotional. And I wrote it because I feel like God was telling me to write it. So I dove in and wrote it, and I really enjoyed the process of putting my thoughts down on paper, and I'm praying that it will be helpful and encouraging to people who get a copy. You can get a copy on Amazon.com, of course. The book is about walking closer with God on a day-to-day basis, thinning that veil between us and the spiritual world so we can hear and know and believe more accurately. In fact, the first section is called Thinning the Veil. Section 2 is living with less flesh-directed actions and thoughts and words, and more spirit-led actions, and different practical ways where we can consider or reckon our flesh dead, or ourselves dead to sin. Third section is Rut-Free Living, which is trying to recognize areas where we live out of habit and getting out of those habits into healthier, sometimes spontaneous, but even developing better habits. Section 4 is spiritual farming, which has to do with the seed that we get from God and making sure we have good soil in which to plant that seed so that the seeds that He wants to grow in our lives have a good chance to do that. How do we nourish the growth of those seeds that He plants in us by His Word? And then the last section is kind of a catch-all, but it's called Focusing Our Worldview, which has to do with making sure what we believe and how we believe is on a solid foundation of God's Word. Because if we don't have a solid foundation, everything we think and believe is on shaky ground and won't stand up with the tests of time and stress and difficult times. So, Aligning with God, I hope it's beneficial to you. Feel free to get a copy, and if you do and read it, let me know what your thoughts are. We'd love to hear back from you and your thoughts and how we can walk more closely and more intimately with God. So, Aligning with God. I hope you get a copy and enjoy it. In the meantime, God bless you, and we'll see you down the trail.